Thank you to Creative Exchange and CCDI for this opportunity to talk about circular economy and design thinking. I would like to tell you a few stories about the work that we're doing and recently and how this fits in with circular economy and design thinking. And if it hasn't been made clear yet, there's a definite link. What you may have heard is that circular economy involves looking at a cyclical way of engaging and about minimizing or eliminating waste and resource efficiency. This is where we'd like to actually take it one step further and look at it from an infinite economy perspective. This is the given baseline for the stories that I'm about to tell you. My first story is about a company that followed a very traditional South African version of waste management. That means that the majority of their waste landed up in landfill sites. And in case you're wondering, that's not a good thing. But they are based outside of a major city, so it was pretty difficult to convince recyclers to come out to them to collect their waste. So what did they do? They started, unbeknownst to them, to use design thinking principles to solve this problem. They collected data to understand what kind and how much of the different types of waste that they were currently generating, where was this being generated and why. And that led to two things. First, a waste tender system to sell their waste. I know, it sounds pretty sexy. The second thing that actually came out of that was they used the data to be able to improve their processes. The result? A full waste economy that acts as a revenue stream. The story of how Sea Harvest did this can actually be found on our website. That's fantastic, right? But now comes the part that we don't spend enough time talking about. What happens to the material once it has been recycled? It gives us a warm and fuzzy feeling to recycle, but just how many of our products actually contain recycled content in themselves? My second story is about a big brand owner that has committed to reduce the amount of plastic going to landfill. They've decided to address this by including recycled content in their products or packaging. But believe it or not, it's not quite as straightforward as it would seem. When you're a big brand owner, topics like quality, volume, and technical requirements become quite complex. Did they have the confidence to be able to openly declare that their products contain recycled content? In many cases, it actually comes down to, do you have guaranteed supply of this material? Is there a steady enough supply of recycled material to meet all of their requirements? They address this by working on their value chain. For the uninitiated, the value chain is the parts of the supply chain where real value for your product is being generated. By identifying gaps in the value chain and finding ways to address this, using recycled content became a lot more viable for them, particularly from a guaranteed supply perspective. For this story, the brand owner should make an announcement later this year, and I can pretty much guarantee that you find the story of how they went about doing this on our website as well. But is this really enough? How can we take it even further than that? A short while ago, I was fortunate enough to attend and participate in Sustainable Brands Cape Town. At the time, I attended a talk by Donald Thompson from a company called AGUA. And Donald Thompson spoke about the infinite economy. And for me, this is where it really became a game changer, where design can actually fit in a lot more seamlessly. So AGUA produces bottled water, and what's so special about them is their packaging. The bottle is designed with its next life already planned. After the use, the bottles are collected and they're compressed to become roof tiles for low-income housing. with all the properties that you would expect from a standard roof tile, which made me start thinking about how amazing it would be if we could actually design our products for not only their current purpose, but for the next life and for the life after that. Nature does it so effectively, and can we actually take a similar approach? Finally, as designers, I want to leave you with an important lesson that I've learned from working on the value chain. You can go much further, much faster together. This should not be underestimated as we work in this space in particular. It becomes even more apparent that we work in an age of collaboration. The time is long gone where it's about single application use or getting your house in order in isolation and everyone will take care of themselves. We are at the stage where there is growing recognition for a need to collaborate out of necessity. So as I round up this talk, I would like to invite you to design our tomorrow together. Thank you very much.